for extreme volleyball professionals. Intense action brings great satisfaction. Every weekend, these athletes crisscross the land in search of heated sand. Their quest is to energize the shore. This is the EVP Tour, brought to you by the Beach Sports Network.
It's a gorgeous day here in Charleston, West Virginia as we prepare for the EVP Tour Rocks the River. It's going to be an epic event as we bring you the thrills and spills of watercross and the high energy and the greatness of beach volleyball. Hello everyone, I'm EVP Tour Commissioner Ross Balling.
And I'm Caitlin, coming to you from the banks of Canal River here in Charleston, West Virginia. We brought the beach lifestyle via 400 tons of sand in the 10 top women's and men's teams across the country. So sit back, relax, and watch as we energize the beach here in West Virginia.
We've got a great show in store for you today as we bring you highlights from the men's and women's beach volleyball competition.
And speaking of competition, we'll show you what happens when a few of our pro women's players take the court against a group of watercross riders competing in this weekend's Toyota Governor's Cup race. You won't want to miss it.
No cap.
On the women's side, Kristen Batt and Michelle Piante-Dosi of Team Clearwater have traveled over 500 miles to compete in Charleston for the $6,000 purse. They will compete against Erin Gray and Renee Baziri of Chicago and several other teams from across the United States for the Northeast Championship. Watch for Laura Lee Smith and Sheila Shaw of Team Chicago because they have their sights on taking home the championship prize.
But first, we're going to kick things off with highlights from the men's competition. We have players from the Southeast, including Eric Wartz and Matt Heath. They got tough competition. Our #1 seed of Wayne Scott and Ben Shamrock are going to give them a run for their money. So sit back, grab a cold beverage, and let the EVP Tour energize your day.
12 men's teams made the trip to the Mountaineer State to take a shot at the prize, including 3 teams from Virginia Beach.
What's up, everybody?
We also got to watch as the Tour's #1 and 2 ranked men's players, Wayne Scott and Ben Shamrock, teamed up to take on the field.
Are you going to change anything for your next game?
Nope, I think if it isn't broke, why fix it? So maybe stick to our game plan, ball control, and just try to work hard.
Any new focuses? So just
Well, I think we might serve a little tougher. We haven't brought out the jump serves yet. We're kind of leaving that in the bag for a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
So we'll bring that out, and I probably won't be playing too much defense. That's not a good thing.
Can't show all your tricks too early, you know what I'm saying?
As expected, Wayne Scott and Ben Shamrock of Team Chicago played hard and smart throughout the day.
A little bit too much behind it.
A shipping error left the EVP staff short of men's jerseys, but we didn't hear any complaints from the female fans in Charleston. For the first time this season, we saw twin brothers from Minneapolis, Tim and Brian Baumgren, on the beach. They lost out to the #1 seeded team of Scott and Shamrock in the semifinals.
Nice little cross-court shot.
this is Ben and Wayne, and congratulations, they are the winners of the semifinals. They go to finals tomorrow morning. And my question to you, Ben, would be, with your performance here, was it consistent, or are you going to kind of mix it up for tomorrow's game?
Consistent. We're doing everything right. That's what got us here. And like I said before, if it isn't broken, don't fix it. We're playing with good intensity, good ball control, and we're really taking some swings. And if we keep it up, we should be fine.
So what are you anticipating for tomorrow's game?
Tomorrow is going to be pretty tough because the other semifinal match is pretty stacked. There are a couple guys who won, I think, Virginia Beach last week, so they're going to be pretty good. So we're just going to have to bring our A game, rip jump serves, dig balls, block, just leave it all out there.
Dan Martinez and Mike Thompson of Team Charleston played with intensity. but fell just a little short to David Keeter and Niels DeBurs of Team Virginia Beach. Along with the Baumgren brothers, Martinez and Thompson finished up Saturday tied for third place.
You don't need to use 3 hits though. If you can put them
I'm sure you've watched competition today, so what are you going to change up, or what are you going to be consistent with?
Well, they're a really good team, very good ball control. Probably going to serve the little guy right now, but we can't tell you our real strategy. We're just going to come out and play aggressive and do what we do on our side, and that's our point. The big thing we want to do is stay really aggressive.
We'll bring you the men's finals a little later in the show as Scott and Shamrock go up against Keeter and DeBurs. When we return, we'll take a look at the capital of West Virginia and show you a bit of the battle between our pro women's players and the watercross riders from the Toyota Governor's Cup event. The EVP Tour rocks the river. We'll be right back on the Beach Sports Network.
Welcome to Charleston, home of the state capital of West Virginia. This city is rich in history and culture. Charleston is nestled in the mountains, but yet has all the benefits of a cutting-edge metropolis. Because of this, Charleston, West Virginia is a perfect location for hosting sporting events, conventions, as well as church and corporate retreats. So when you're planning your next event and you need a dynamic city that is as fun as it is beautiful, think Charleston, West Virginia.
With the upswing of the economy, we want to bring the EVP Tour to your beach and your community. So stop by evptour.com for more information.
This is the EVP Tour.
Hooray! 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 To the USA! Hooray! 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 To the USA! Hooray! 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 To the USA! Hooray! 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 To the USA!
Today's coverage of the EVP Tour is brought to you by Charleston, West Virginia Convention and Visitors Bureau, Brine Volleyball, Lucky Dog Volleyball, Holiday Inn Charleston House, and the Beach Sports Network. The capital of West Virginia, Charleston, is located on the Kanawha and Elk Rivers and the intersection of 3 major interstate highways. Long an industrial city, Charleston is growing as an arts and culture center, largely in thanks to the Clay Center for the Arts and Sciences.
Hi, we're here in downtown Charleston, starting our city tour here at the Clay Center. Let's get started.
Visitors and residents alike can shop for fresh produce at the Capitol Market.
Looks good.
Or grab a bite to eat at Soho's. Every town on the tour has shopping, but the Charleston Town Center offers 3 stories of shopping and dining located just a stone's throw away from downtown hotels and businesses.
Behind me are the steps leading up to the heart and soul of West Virginia. the state capital, Charleston.
When you visit Charleston, be sure to stay with our host at the Holiday Inn Charleston House.
At the Charleston House, which is actually one of the oldest hotels in town. It's over 42 years old. It's also the only hotel that has beautiful views, you can see, on top of the hotel. The amenities, of course, we have suites here, over 256 rooms, and banquet space to also accommodate over 600 people. Again, this is an anchor in the town, and it surrounds the mountains in West Virginia.
Mayor Danny Jones, how does it make you feel in your city to be hosting these beautiful, fun events?
It's really great. It took a lot of hard work. We're grateful they're here, but it exhibits and puts a focus on the assets that we have in Charleston, which include this island and that river, and all the people that are enjoying what we're doing here now. It's just great for our community.
Well, it's a beautiful backdrop.
It is.
It's gorgeous.
It is, and we had in last September, we had the world's strongest man down here and all over Charleston, and it's we're really proud of it and very overwhelmed by all the people that have come here and all the locals that have come out and all the participants.
What happens when you line up 6 rough and rowdy watercross riders and have them play volleyball against 4 of the hard-hitting beauties of the EVP Tour? It's about what you'd expect.
You're going to wipe the court with these guys, right?
We're sure going to try, because they're going to flood the water with us.
The ladies destroyed the guys 21-6 with a little help from Aaron Gray's daughters. Check out this serve.
Oh, fellas, it's serve for the ladies.
The plan was to have Lauralee and Sheila hit the river so the guys could have their revenge, but action on the courts ran long on Saturday. Sunday morning gave us too much debris in the canal for the girls to be allowed in, much to their dismay. Maybe next time.
It's now time to recap today's women's competition. We have teams from Hermosa Beach, Clearwater Beach, Florida, and Chicago. So watch out for that team from Clearwater Beach, Florida. They've won 3 events this year. We'll see what happens.
6 teams came to compete on the women's courts in Charleston, including Jennifer Burns and Melissa Minkowski of Virginia Beach.
It was out. It was out. Ladies got the first point. Yay!
Their day might have ended early, but that didn't stop them from having a good time.
Well, this was our first EVP tournament. We had a lot of fun. West Virginia's great. We pretty much knew we were coming in with some big girls, and our objective was to have fun, and I think we managed that.
Yes, and it was a really great time. We learned a lot, and everybody here is so nice. Everybody in the EVP Tour staff, they're great, and we really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Great time.
Team Clearwater Beach this time out consisted of Kristen Batt and her partner Michelle Piantiadosi. Kristen was one half of our championship team from Racine, Wisconsin. She and Michelle started Saturday as the #1 seeded team and quickly showed why. Kristen and Michelle played their way to the semifinals where they faced off against Aaron Gray and her partner Renee Vaziri of Team Chicago. Aaron also played in the championship game in Racine. After a long day in the sun, great hustle from Renee and huge hits from Aaron gave them a victory in the semis and the chance to play in Sunday's finals.
My question, you'll be competing against Sheila and Lauralee. What are your expectations? Have you watched them play, and what are you going to change, or are you going to just keep consistent with your game?
Yeah, we train with them.
Oh.
So we know each other, and that could be a plus and that could be a minus because Lauralee digs a lot of balls, and so it's going to be a game of just being smart and consistent, and it's going to be a battle for sure.
Semi-finalists in Racine, Lauralee Smith and Sheila Shaw came to Charleston with plans for a big win. Lauralee and Sheila played tough throughout the day and made it to the semifinals, where they went up against Linda Lang and Marissa Hatchett of Team Charlotte. Smith and Shaw pulled out the win and set up the fans for a big Chicago battle in Sunday's finals.
I think it's going to be a tough match, a really tough match, and it's just the one and that's it. So we got to come full 100% the whole time.
And with this too, with the semifinals being today, usually you have your finals the same day. How are you going to change up, Sheila, on tomorrow's? Since it's usually all on the same day, and now you have to, get good sleep tonight.
Well, we're going to take this momentum in from the semifinals into tomorrow's finals, and just do what we do best, is block and play defense, and just keep siding out.
After the break, we'll bring you the men's finals. Scott and Shamrock versus Keeter and DeBurs. The Beach Sports Network will be right back.
What if we could use the sun to help keep us cool? Solar-powered ventilation to help cool you. Available on the 3rd generation Prius. It's harmony between man, nature, and machine.
Here at Bryan, we're really excited to be a part of the EVP Tour this year. We introduced a brand new outdoor ball into the market. We used the highest grade composite leather materials for the cover, and we actually introduced a brand new bladder into the market. It's never been used in a volleyball before. It's a natural rubber bladder, and it has a really soft touch. So especially on those hard-driven balls, it doesn't make any sting on your arms. So the players out here are really enjoying it so far.
Today's coverage of the EVP Tour is brought to you by Charleston, West Virginia Convention and Visitors Bureau, Bryan Volleyball, Lucky Dog Volleyball, Bud Light Lime and Landshark Lager, and the Beach Sports Network.
Welcome to West Virginia as we're here for the EVP Rocks the River. We have our men's finals coming up. It's a great match. It's going to be against Niels Daubers and his partner, David Keeter. The EVP Tour team from Chicago is going to be Wayne Scott and his partner, Ben Shamrock. So get ready for the EVP Tour Championship.
The men's finals were full of big hits and big blocks. They went the distance. Team Virginia Beach jumped out to a quick win in Game 1, and Team Chicago made some changes to fight back for the victory in the second, forcing a third for the win. In the end, Wayne and Ben defeated their East Coast opponents and left no doubt about them being the top-ranked men on the tour.
There it is, championship point. Ben Sherman with the cross-court cue. 15-13.
Hi, this is Wayne and Ben, the champions of the games. And I was going to ask you, Wayne, you lost the first game. What did you do to adjust to win this?
Well,
both of you.
Yeah, the first game, we weren't as aggressive as we needed to be. We didn't really follow the game plan as much. We were kind of like going all over the place. And then after the first game, we're like, you know what? We're just going to stick to this. And we've had some success in the first game, even though we lost. And we're like, you know what? Let's just stay on this path, and we'll see what happens. And it worked, and we just kept on doing it.
It was so much fun watching
both
of you.
It was good.
And I was going to ask you, you got the majority of the serves, Ben. Like, how
yeah,
did that
I knew that was going to happen. My partner Wayne here is a great side-out hitter, jumps too high and hits over everybody. So I knew that their best chance is probably go after me, but this is what I trained for. And it's hard to get intense and play at your highest level at 8 o'clock as the first match. But we did well, and this is what we trained for. We went out and did it.
Congratulations to the both of you.
Thank you very much. Yeah,
When we return, we'll show you the highlights from the women's finals. Gray and Baziri versus Smith and Shaw. Stay tuned to the EVP Tour here on the Beach Sports Network.
Welcome to Charleston, home of the state capital of West Virginia. This city is rich in history and culture. Charleston is nestled in the mountains, but yet has all the benefits of a cutting-edge metropolis. Because of this, Charleston, West Virginia is a perfect location for hosting sporting events, conventions, as well as church and corporate retreats. So when you're planning your next event and you need a dynamic city that is as fun as it is beautiful, think Charleston, West Virginia.
The broadcast you are watching is a product of Final Cut Productions. Have you ever considered how to make your company or product more well-known? Well, here at Final Cut Productions, we can make that a reality with a high-impact, groundbreaking commercial. Whether you need local or national coverage. Better yet, have you ever had an idea for your own TV show? Or would you like to have your event produced like the broadcast you are watching right now? Then contact Final Cut Productions today and become well-known. Today's coverage of the EVP Tour is brought to you by Charleston, West Virginia Convention and Visitors Bureau, Brine Volleyball, Lucky Dog Volleyball, Charleston's Rock 105, and the Beach Sports Network.
Now it's the women's turn to take the center stage for the women's finals. Yay!
The Battle of Chicago turned into North versus South as Aaron Gray and Renee Baziri adopted our host city of Charleston for the championship. Aaron and Renee played hard and won in 2, bringing home the win for Charleston.
Moving down to Charleston as their home, winning on their new home beach. It's Aaron and Renee.
This is Aaron and Renee, the winners of the finals, the championships. And I was going to ask you, Aaron, with the win today and the sun coming in and out of the clouds, did that affect the game?
Well, at first it was cloudy with no wind for the men's finals, and then all of a sudden the wind picked up. It didn't really become a factor, I think, because the balls were weighted down from getting wet.
Okay.
So the balls were actually really heavy, and usually the wind would adjust like what side we choose, and you know, if we serve or receive. But the balls were so heavy today from the rain that we were able to kind of ignore the wind for once, thank God.
Well, you did good.
Yeah, thanks.
And Renee, I was going to ask, what was the keys today of your success, your big win?
Well, I think just being patient because we know Lauralee and Sheila are both so good on defense and offense. We know that they're going to pick up a lot of stuff that we send over the net, and they're going to give us some either really hard hits or really smart shots. And so it's kind of just being patient with yourself and seeing what's going on, waiting to see how your partner is going to kind of help you out and you know how to balance the court, play some defense.
And that brings the EVP Rocks the River in Charleston, West Virginia to a close.
But remember, we have 2 more events. Panama City Beach, Florida on September 5th, and also Racine, Wisconsin on September 12th for our World Championships. So from Ross Balling and the EVP Tour,
and Caitlin Rickensrud,
have a great day at the beach.
Have you been enjoying the events? Have you been watching?
Oh, it's good family fun. Don't tell my wife, but I'm enjoying the women's volleyball immensely. So.
Would you like to operate this equipment, ma'am?
I'm not breaking. And we'd love to come back if you guys would have us. Nashville!